Hello, this is video 1 of 4. We're at Cove Lake State Park and we're on our way to Pigeon Forge. I have other videos that I did on the way to Pigeon Forge. The difference between those videos and this video is today I'll be going on the interstate highway system. Cove Lake is located in Caryville, and we'll be getting on Interstate 75 south. When we get into Knoxville, we'll get on Interstate 40 east, and we'll take Interstate 40 east to the Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg exit. We're on our way to the KARM store in Pigeon Forge. It's March 15th, 2019. Look at that blue sky. A beautiful day, an absolutely beautiful day. I'll be giving you some information, and as I've said before, I don't put music behind these videos anymore. So occasionally I'll be telling you a little bit about the area. The lake to the right is Cove Lake. To the left, about 1.5 miles, is Norris Lake. We had so much rain in the past month that the Tennessee Valley Authority had to use their flood control system. So the only thing that they could do is they had to capture a lot of that water, and when it backed up, it backed above the dam that is the dam for the Cove Lake State Park. So Cove Lake and Norris Lake became the same lake. We had a tremendous amount of rain. The Tennessee Valley Authority had to let some of that water back up because they had to capture so much water. Personally, I think they did a yeoman's job in controlling the flood downstream. Of course, you can't ever make everybody happy, and I'm not going to mention it anymore. Anyway, some people were impacted by the flood more than others, and I guess if you were impacted by it, then you weren't satisfied. But most of the flooding that we had was backwater from Norris Lake. As we go on down Interstate 75 south, the first exit that we'll come to is Rocky Top. Rocky Top, the city of Rocky Top, has had 3 names. It was Coal Creek. Then when the Tennessee Valley Authority did Norris Dam, it became Lake City. And then some entrepreneurs wanted to, in fact, I don't know what they wanted to do, but anyway, they took it on themselves to get the name changed. And they were successful because Lake City is now known as Rocky Top. All the signs that you see on the interstate say Rocky Top. there's two major railroads that go through Rocky Top, the CSX and the Norfolk Southern. When they go through Rocky Top, I'm going to say 15 or 20 feet would separate them. I've mentioned this on other videos, but I'm going to mention it again. The area that we left, Cove Lake, is in Caryville. The train that goes through Caryville is the Norfolk Southern. The train that goes through La Follette, which is up the road about 8 or 9 miles, is the CSX. A lot of people, they don't know that, and I didn't for years. Your perspective, you think, well, if it's going through Caryville, it's going on up and going through La Follette, but that's not so. The Norfolk Southern goes over through Pioneer, and the CSX goes up through by the Big Rock and up into Jellicoe. The other one goes through Jellicoe too, but they take different routes. Now the railroad that we just went under is the CSX. The sky is so beautiful today. Quite a few contrails could be seen today. Some dissipate a lot faster than others. You can almost see where the front is there because there's a break in the clouds, and it's just spectacular. This is video 1 of 4. We're on our way to the KARM store in Pigeon Forge. The traffic on Interstate 75 going north today at spots was extremely heavy. There's a lot of traffic going south, but I believe there was more traffic coming north today. This is a major route for trucks. There's a lot of trucks that go through this area. When we get on Interstate 40, we go up and take the exit, the Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg exit. And not far from that exit to the east is the Interstate 40, Interstate 81 split. 81 goes up into Virginia, and Interstate 40 goes over into North Carolina, goes through Asheville, North Carolina. Rocky Top has 2 exits. For a small town, and I don't know what the entrepreneurs have in mind, but one thing they have is they have great interstate exits. The next exit, if you're coming on this exit right here to get on Interstate 75, you can stay in the right lane and go all the way down and exit, and off to the left you can, if you're going, you can exit there and go to North Dam. But if you want to get it back on the interstate, or you can stay in the right hand lane and you can go down about a mile and stay in the third lane to the right, like that one, because this one exits to Lake City. So they have 2 exits going. They have one going north and one going south that are just perfect exits. So we passed the 2 exits for Rocky Top. They've changed all the road signs on Interstate 75, calling it Rocky Top. When they first came up with the idea, they had some copyright issues, I think, with the people that wrote the song Rocky Top. The University of Tennessee uses that song. But they finally got the copyright things worked out, and then that's when they got the go-ahead from the authorities to change the name to Rocky Top. The GoPro that I'm using, I'll give you a little bit of a tip. If you have a GoPro or you're going to get one, I have a 64 gig hard drive. It's the small, it's not a hard drive, an SD card. It's about half the size of a postage stamp. It's 64 gig, and it'll run for 4.5 hours. But the battery will not last 4.5 hours. So what I did, and it's easy to do, you can get an adapter to put in your cigarette lighter, plug a USB cord into the connector. I have my GoPro mounted on the front windshield with suction cups, and then I run that line from the cigarette lighter into the GoPro, and it has unlimited power. So as long as you can record a file, you don't have to worry about a battery running out. What it will do, these files are like, I should have checked before I started. I don't know exactly how many gig each file it creates, but I do know that each file is about 17 minutes, a little over 17 minutes long. And what it does, it gives the same file number to each file, but it will break them up into 17-minute segments. It took 5 to do this trip today, but the last video was very short. So what I'm going to do is just tag it onto the end of the 4th file, and I'll turn this segment into 4 videos, and this is one of 4. When we get into Knoxville, we'll get on Interstate 40, and we'll take the Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg exit off of Interstate 40. Interstate 40 coming out of Knoxville is really a heavily traveled interstate. This one right here there's a lot of traffic on this Interstate 75. There's a lot of truck traffic, north and south. And today it looks like there's more northbound traffic than southbound traffic. I'm cruising along, 55, 65 mile an hour. And most of the people were passing me. And you can see it's been a while since someone passed me. So there's not that much traffic going south for whatever the reason. It's Friday, March 15th, 2019. And this is video 1 of 4. And it's getting ready to end. I think it ends just before we get to the exit down here that goes to Clinton and Oak Ridge. This is the exit. When I worked at Oak Ridge, I drove this every day. I put about 80 miles on my automobile each day. You could buy a brand new car, and before long, you had umpteen miles on it. Okay, that's video 1 of 4. I'll upload 2 of 4 as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.